In the democratic way, you cannot judge Sahaja Yoga. No, you cannot. Because democratic ways you can say that how many people there are coming to Sahaja Yoga. No, not at all. The less they come, the better it is. That shows, because most of them you see are foolish and stupid people in this world, what to do. But the more they come, it only means that there are more people who have become wise. They want to become wise. They want to improve themselves. They want to change their lives. They are truly seeking. Because it is not a superficial stuff, which normally people take 60%. And at least 30% more are the people who want to take something in which they can play some role. So 90 are cancelled. Because they must play some role. I mean, even if I tell you, you pull your hair like that. You see, there is a community in India which, I mean, we have all kinds of people, you see. But this one is special. They are called as Digambara of the Jain sect. They don't wear any dress, you see. Nothing. They are absolute, they don't even need your bikini. You see, absolutely. They live without any clothes. Very embarrassing, you know. Actually, it so happened to us that my husband was when I was very young, he was the collector of a district. And we were invited to a function by these Digambar Jains. Till then I didn't know that they live like this all through. You see, I thought that at least the presence of others they dress up. But no. They made the collector and his wife sit in front with all the honors, and all the people were there, at least 1,000 people. And these Digambaras were sitting on a platform which was about 4 feet high. Imagine the embarrassment. And I didn't know where to look, you know. And they would go on scratching their body and all that. It was most embarrassing. So ugly, everything. But even that they are willing to do, because they thought by that they become Digambars, means they become great saints, you know. So they were willing to do that ugliness and that horrible shamelessness. But apart from that, the worst part was that they were out pulling their hair. So we didn't know why all the time they are pulling their hair and this thing. So the another thing is that they are not supposed to go to any barber. And they are not supposed to have any hair on the body. So they are all the time pulling their hair, you see, with them. They are sort of, it has become an art with them. It's a fact that is. And there must be at least 5,000-6,000 like that in India who are doing this nonsense, you know. They walk on the street. And under law, nobody charges them for nudity. Otherwise in India it is not allowed to be nude on the road. You are charged for that. But these people we have to, you see, because in the law they will say this is our religion, you see, you cannot stop us from being idiotically religious. So they have to agree to such a thing. So imagine there are thousands of people who are doing this kind of a nonsense just in the name of religion. And they are very superior. They don't look at anyone. Oh, we are great. We have sacrificed our shame, of course, rationality, but greatest of all our wisdom we have sacrificed in the name of God. And that we are going to sit on the right hand side of God when we enter into the kingdom of heaven. This is one extreme case I am telling you. When we describe extremes, people understand the absurdities to which we go in our conceptualization of reality and of realization of that reality. So to be there, one has to know that the greatest mantra is Thy will be done. Little bit of relaxation of your Mr. capital letter E, capital letter G and capital letter O. If it could be little bit given leave for a while, then it works out like rather difficult. Because that is the instrument that was used so far to express yourself. But to express God, you better give up that one. But then, once it happens, then after realization, you overpower all the elements of the person. What are these elements after all? They are nothing but the dust of his feet. Only the human beings has put them on his head and given them the freedom to choose. And that's why I have to beg of you to take to your wisdom, to surrender to your wisdom and give up your ego for a little while. Then I'll manage. Let it touch the Kundalini, let it touch it. It's all built in, it is all in you, it is going to work out, and it works out. It has worked with many and it should work with you. But it is an individual question. It is a question of an individual as far as ego is concerned. But it is also a collective force. Like many channels, you see. For example, it works much more in India because there are much more channels to work it out. You see, these are the hands. God uses Sahaj Yogis as his hands to work it out. You must have heard of the goddess who has got 1,000 hands. She has these powers behind her, and they are the hands. And she uses different powers because, you see, to do a complicated work, somebody has to pluck your hair, somebody has to pluck your nose, somebody has to pluck your eyes. The trouble is, you see, we are so much stuck up with everything. This is somebody proud of, even I have seen people are proud of their dice, which you can purchase in the market. So these things are to be taken away. Once you release your ego and all these powers will work it out, you see, and take away all that. Naturally the instrument changed. The ego instrument has changed. So the priorities change. But what do you get as a result? The bliss, the joy. All the promises of all the scriptures. The time has come and you should have it, master it, and that's the way it has to be. But I've seen people come from surgery, they get relaxed, they telephone to me. We are very nice, mother, we are feeling very nice. They sit at home also meditate. But they have to come here because it's a very deeper way of cleansing. And who is going to cleanse you? I am the washerwoman, I have to do the job. So better come to the laundry. That's the point. And work it out. And once you are established, you will be amazed at yourself. Even with the movement of your hands, you can raise the Kundalini. You can. Yes. You can give realization. Just try, because your desire merges into the desire of God. With the ego orientation, with the ego working, the worst thing that has happened to human being is that his attention is disturbed, is spread out. His attention is not concentrated. The ego orientation has brought about such a disturbed attention. We cannot keep our eyes at one point. Either we look at others or we want others to look at us. All our attention goes about like this. We cannot look at ourselves where the attention has to go. And this is the worst thing that ego has done, is to spread your attention around. That is the reason you see, if you go to the antique shops, you can find in this very country there were people who were creating beautiful things. You know, just see how the unconscious has worked, to tell you. It's like what you say to attend to it. Have you not seen at television, this thing? Have you not seen it going out? Have you not seen it before? But everybody's attention goes there. This is unconscious working again. You see, at this time, why should it go out? Attention immediately goes out. telling something important and very important, the attention immediately moves. Who has done this? This is God's will. Please test it. I am saying the attention can be concentrated now after realization only. But even realized souls have to work it out. This is the biggest problem that I think I see. That our attention is so distributed. We cannot do anything in a concentrated manner. That's why there is guru shopping also going on. We also cannot go do our Sahaja Yoga in a concentrated manner. Because once we do Sahaja Yoga, we are alright. Oh, we felt very nice, happy, mother, fixed. Because the attention doesn't stay at a point. It has become mobile, it's spread all over. It doesn't reach any depth or height to this. If you put them together, then it will come. And to make it worse, ego orientation, which has led us to sex orientation, attention has become filthy. And that's what we can say, that it is stagnating by ego orientation, but is getting fermented because of filth to which we pay attention. So to clear the attention, clear this garbage into that clear-cut, beautiful lake, we have to meditate. We have to allow it to sediment. We have to take it out. By its own nature it will come out, the beauty. And then you will see a ripple-less lake within you, a peaceful space in which you will see the bliss of God flowing into you, through you, you observing it and seeing it manifesting into others. That is what is to be asked for. No mental activity can do that. It is only the desire to be that works it. Only the desire to be one with God works it. Mental activity, rationality, saps it. Through rationality, you cannot reach to God. So humble down in your heart. That's why it is said, those who will be blessed have to humble down in their heart. It is very, very that we have to humble down in our hearts so that it works. And keep your attention still. Is it too much? Am I asking? You started with a very humble heart as a child. Only in this life, all this has been accumulated with too much. In past lives, you were not like that. Much better off. Only in this lifetime only, you have crossed the limit a little bit. It's not difficult to receive. So just try to humble down in your heart. And it will work out. Every time you get your touching of the Kundalini, or you can see the breakthrough, every time you get that experience, keep it in your memory and desire for it, and it will work out. Do not keep in memory the falls that you have done, where you have been. When you climb up, on top of a hill or a mountain. You don't remember all the ditches you have fallen into in your childhood. You enjoy the atmosphere of the hill. Make it a strong memory within you and try to keep it there. I know, for some people it's difficult. They come down, again go up. Because of the problems they have had before, the Kundalini comes down. But in Sahaja Yoga, there is all arrangement. But if the desire is strong, not the mental activity, but the desire, it will work out. And that's why I told you why it is to be. Thy will be done. Accept it from the very beginning. This is the basis of what you are going to write. But the whole details I will give you later on. But this is the basis which you can do for yourself. Now can we close our eyes and put your hands towards me. Just saying thy will be done. Put your hands towards me like this. And just say in the heart, thy will be done. Suddenly you will find that the thoughts you have gone beyond.